Hi, good to see everybody. I'll have us start with our belly down. Now, as you're ready, you're bringing your hands down to your hips and you're going to breathe in and lift up. We're waking up the spine. As you breathe in, you're going to be going a little bit up and a little bit down with the exhale. Now, as you're ready, lift up the legs, hamstrings, glutes, back, body. 10. Hi, welcome. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. Now, when you're here, you can windshield wipe. We're going to wake up the back a little bit more, so we're easing into it. And then this time, you're going to place the inhale to lift you up. Let the forearms assist. And then if you're ready, or as you're ready, press with your hands to the height that feels like you're warmed up to. Lower down. Now lift up both legs. Lower both legs, lift up your back. Try not to use your hands till you're towards the top. And then press, or till you're, yes. And then exhale, lower. And you're just moving at your lower body, upper body, breathing pace, thighs up. Now lift your torso. Press with your hands. Go up higher. Good. Exhale, lower. Good. Legs. Torso. Press, and we're going to do this one more time, and then we're going to hold the 10. So then the legs, and then hold the 10 count. Hold 10, 2, good. 3, should be a little easier to be there. 4, yeah, come on up. 5, elbows point down. 6, 7, 8, 9, and exhale, lower. All right, now lengthen the left leg up all by itself and lengthen the right leg up all by itself. So the back body is our focus in this block of exercises. Think about lifting higher as your hip warms up. Inhale. Inhale as you lift. And 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Now you can flutter your legs like you're swimming laps. And then if you can add the breaststroke where you swim your arms in a big circle, your torso comes up. So we have a lot going on. Inhale, lift. 3, 2. And then you're either going to take a child's pose or curl your toes from here and go into a down dog. Hold, stretch, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, and then exhale, shift back down. And we're warmed up, so we're going to take the bow pose. Hold on to each foot, or one. If you can only take one, that's fine. Lift. 10, 2, 3, good. 4, addressing the posture muscles. 5, 6, that looks gorgeous. 7, 8, 9, recover for a moment. We're going to do that again. That was a great modification just to lift up everything. If you need a modification or to take one foot, come on up, either 2 feet or your other extension modification. 10, 2, good. 3, no tension in the back of the neck. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathe in, and then either a child's pose or a down dog. So you can challenge yourself to push up and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And then grab a sip. Good. We'll touch base with some planks here. Bring your forearms down when you're ready. Now, in the forearm plank, you're energizing your knees. You're strong on your arms. And I want you to feel like you're pulling your elbows to your toes and your toes towards your elbows so you have an isometric hold. Hold 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, and a modification could be that your legs are on a foam roller. Breathe in and lower. So if you have a foot injury, your legs can be on the foam roller, or if you want it harder, your legs can be on the foam roller. All right, here we go. Side plank. Hold, stretch out everything. 30, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, hang in there if you can, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Lower that hip. Other side. Great job. Count of 30. Good. Arm up. Stretch out. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, head back, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Now lower, I'd like to offer a reverse plank or a reverse table. If you need something else, you could always do a front plank again to build that strength. And if you can, do the reverse plank or the reverse table and hold. Good. Yep, and you can always add a leg pull if you want a bonus. 2, 3, 4, or you could also put your forearms behind you on an arc if you need a wrist modification. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower down. Nice job. Sit however you want. Take your fingers forward. And then take your, this is a forearm and hand stretch, and then fingers forward. Good. Take the fingers the other way. Palms forward, fingers under. Palms forward, fingers under. Nice. Hands totally flat on the floor. Lift up just the thumb. Lift up just the first finger. Keep everything else flat. Lower the first finger. Lift up just the middle finger, nothing else. Lower. Lift up the third finger, nothing else. High as you can. Lower, and then the pinky, high as you can. Nice. And then we'll just do a wrist roll here. So those are sprinkling in some hand exercises, and then one prayer pose down, which opens up your hands, forearms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. So we're going to be adding on, go to the belly down like we did, and we're going to add on something for your rear deltoids here. So posture muscles. So once your belly's down, everything's up, your torso, your toes. Your arms are going to go higher 15 times where they're down by your hips. So lift up 15 times with your arms in the letter I position, down low by your hips. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now the arms go out like a T, and you're going to try 15 lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now up towards a Y, 15 arm lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, child pose, and you're going to bend your elbows so you have a tricep stretch as well as a back stretch. 5, 4, 3, and then go back down to belly. We're going to do a plyometric back extension. So you have arms like a Y and legs stretched long. Now everything's going to lift up. So here we go. Go up, arms, legs, and torso, and then lower, but not totally rested. Lift up, lower, lift up. Inhale, exhale, lower. 4, 5, Try to feel if your arms are the height, equal height. 6, the legs are lifting equal height. 7, we're doing 10 of these. 8, 9, and then 10. All right, back into a child's pose this time, knees wide, so you have a diaphragmatic belly breath right in between the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Grab a sip. Doing good. And we're going to add a little bit with the core. So your forearms are down. You are going to lift your hips a little higher than a traditional plank, or if you want to put your feet on something else, you can, like a foam roller, but your right knee's going to come under, and then your left, and then your right, and then your left, and then your right, and then your left, and then one more of these, right, left. Now right knee to left elbow, put it back, left knee to right elbow. Right knee to left elbow, left knee to right elbow. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. All right, take a breather. And then assume the side plank position. And we're going to take a possible hip extension, side leg abduction. So once you're out in your side plank, you could add on. So if you're adding on, take the top leg up 5 times. 4, 3, 2, and then lower the hip, go to the other side. Good job. So yeah, arm 2. You can add all that on. Go up. Once you feel real steady, you have to feel steady first, and then leg 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice job. And then lower down. Nice. Now we're going back to the forearm plank, the normal one. You're going to be lifting up your hips like a dolphin. So let me keep this. Put your forearms down. Shift your hips up and your heels towards the floor. And then you're going to go towards your plank. And that was 1. Shift up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. Now on the 10th one, you can let your legs rest and you're in a forearm or a hand swan. Hello. Good. Swan, Sphinx. Good. Inhale. And then we're going back to the forearms. You're going to tilt your hips a little bit on this. I also call it rock and roll. So once you're in a forearm plank, you're going to tilt your hip left and then right, left, right, left, right, left, right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then stretch your legs long. You're either on your forearms, or if you can take more swans, stretch out those abs that we just worked. 5, 4, 3, 2, good job. So we're doing some core moves. This one will be a side plank with a little extra. So you can take your hand near your head so you have a triangle. Your arm is your triangle, rotation, and open. And you're going to try to keep your hips square or facing forward, even though you're rotating your torso. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now lower that hip. We're going to go to the other side. Excellent. Okay, hold on to, if you need the mat, you're underneath you to make your bone feel comfortable. It's worth it. So you can concentrate on the effort. So once you're in a side plank, stay in that plank, but then add a rotation. Your hips stay square. Your bottom shoulder blade stays down the back. Your hip stays lifted. 7, Inhale, and then exhale. Good. All right, let's take one stretch before we do the next one. Sit any way you want. Add an open arm rotation. Turn. Now you're blowing off tension. You're releasing tension anywhere in the body that it might have accidentally accumulated. Jaw, neck, shoulders. Open up. Exhale, add a rotation. And then when you face forward, we'll grab a sip and we're going back into some core planks. You're doing so good. So back in the core plank, we're going to be shifting forward and back. If you have any kind of foot issue like Shireen, you might like your shins on top of the foam roller. So that way you don't hurt that foot. So when you're here, you're going to be pushing forward and back, but the foam roller is a really great tool you can use under your shins. So if you have any foot issues, you don't have to put it under any weight-bearing stress. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to rest the pelvis and you're on your forearms or your hands to stretch out those abs. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now to the side plank. And we're going to add on an inner thigh. So I'm going to show you the top foot is behind you. If you need a backup plank, just do a side plank. Lift up. Now this bottom leg's going to lift up. 10, 2, and if you want a bonus, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. 9, 10. All right, let that go. We're going to do everything on the other side. Good job. When you do a coordinated move like that, it's really helpful to the neural system, the brain. So we want that healthy brain. You can add on the arm if you want on this. That a girl, so they're coming together. Now the back leg you want to push strong. 6. Take your top leg behind you, Catherine. Yep, now do it. See if that works. Yep, that was the trick. And then come down. Nice job. All right, grab a sip. We're going to add on some leg work, and it's a pattern, so it's for the brain. Always your backup plan is a normal plank, right? But if you can, again, you can do this on the foam roller if your foot's hurting you, but you're going to point your right toes up, then you're going to flex your knee and your heel, then you're going to straighten your right leg and put it back down. Now the other leg points towards the back wall, flexes heel to glute, point towards the back wall, put your foot down. Lift up the right leg, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Feel your hamstring, point, flex. One more each, point, flex, point, down, point, flex, point, down, stretch, forearms or hands. And 10. Good, I hope you like those. 9, 8, 7, next off 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we are going to mix up a rocking swan, slow or with some energy. So you can do this slowly. And Catherine, we did these already, so you might want to keep with the slow one because you might want to warm up. Now, otherwise you could let go, catch yourself once, or maybe do 5 rocks. The intention is that you're getting your extensors and strengthening the back body. And then a child pose. When you're ready, walk the fingertips over to the right. Walk, 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 walk. Pinky far away from the hip. Breathe in And then walk over to the other side, pinky far away from the hip. And then come back, we'll do one side stretch. You can sit any way you want, and you're just gonna take lateral flexion. So one arm could be on your opposite knee, or you could put your hand on your thigh, on the floor, it doesn't matter. The KRA, the key result area, is that you're getting lateral flexion with your spine. So breathe, add a rotation, 5. These are all good posture stretches, these intermediate releases of tension. Really breathe into that rib cage. You want elastic respiratory muscles so that it's easy for you to get energy in, full breath, no matter what you're doing. Working hard, climbing a mountain, getting stairs, whatever you're doing. These muscles that we're stretching, intercostals, diaphragm, you want to reduce the sticky fascia there. You want it to be easy to expand your rib cage. You want your muscles to be used to inflating easily. They're elastic. And then just come on back, grab a sip. We're still adding on. Good job. On this forearm plank. So hold here. Now we're gonna hold this a little longer. So when you're in a forearm plank, you're gonna lift your hips just a bit to make room for your knee. Now hold your right knee underneath you and just hold it here for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put the foot back, pull your left knee under. You're probably looking towards it, so you're flexing the spine. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put that foot back. Take your right knee towards your left elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put that foot back. Take your left knee under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put that foot back. Lower your hips. Be in Sphinx or a swan. Forearms or hands. And hold. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next off. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome job. Now on to the side plank. We're going to paint a sky. A beautiful color. Blue. Hand down, lift up, and we're going to go over. You could even try to encourage yourself to touch the fingertips to the floor. Good. 3, 4, your hip lifts. Good. Your arm stretches. 5. Good. Breathe in. 6. I like to even stretch through the fingers. 7. 8. 9. 10. Ta-da. Now the other side. Really good. Side plank. Here we go. All right, so your feet are stacked or staggered. Stacked is harder. Go up and over, and up and over. 2. And here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Hot dog, really good. Grab a sip. We'll do a little bit more. All right, this is going to be just alternating leg lifts, and then we're going to do alternating arm to hand. So if you have a wrist issue, you'll just stay down on your forearms. So I'll just show you. Lift up your right foot, then lift up your left foot. Lift up your right foot, lift up your left foot. Now you could keep doing that, or you could add on right hand, right arm, forearm, left forearm, and then left hand, right forearm, right forearm. Rest your hips, So that's the move. We're gonna do it one more time through because I introduced it the first time. Now you can do it with some confidence. So forearms down, go to a plank. Now you could add on right leg lift, left leg lift, right leg lift, left leg lift. And then you could add on right hand, right forearm, left forearm, left hand, left forearm, right forearm, pelvis, stretch. Yep, that's right. I like it. There you go. That is right. Good. Go back. We're going to do a possible diagonal pattern. Do what you need. I've been doing it in layers so you can take what you want off the buffet. So you go to forearm. You could do right leg, left leg, and then you could do right arm lift, left arm lift. Now, you could do right arm, left leg lift at the same time, lower. Left arm, right leg lift at the same time. Right arm, left leg lift at the same time. Left arm, right leg lift at the same time, Sphinx or Swan. Good. So it's reminiscent of the Hall 4's opposite arm, opposite leg reach. Lower back down, interlace your fingers at the lumbar spine, come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, and then exhale, child pose. Push your hips back. Take a breather. We'll take one rack pose before we add on. So legs out. You can have them however you want actually, but I'm gonna stick them out because it's a little easier to counteract the weight of these long arms behind. Lift your heart. If your wrists are an issue, you could always fold your knuckles here or use the arc as a way to stretch out your chest. So lift your heart, it's an inside job. Good. Now this is going to be a side plank with a tree pose. So all you're going to do is put your foot on the calf or the inner thigh and hold it. So you don't have that extra point of contact. And you could even think about opening up the knee. So I'll show you what I mean. You could put your foot up, get ready, and stretch. Now your knee's opening up too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, lower. Okay, we're going to do the other one. Side. Now you can, I like to put my foot up first on these. And I'm not doing that with my lower body. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, lower the hips. This is rotation. You're going to do forearm plank, side plank, forearm plank, side plank. Sometimes I'll call this 21. So you're going to be down on the mat. I'm going to grab one extra prop here. So 21, but each one is good. In other words, you're not just flying through it. So forearm plank for 1. So this is number 1. Then you're going to open up to number 2 on one side. Then you're going to go back to forearm plank 3. Then you open up 4. And then you go back 5. Open up 6. Forearm plank 7. Open up 8. Forearm plank 9. Open up 10. Forearm plank 11. Open up 12. Forearm plank 13. Open up 14 and stretch out that hand. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. Child pose. And then grab a sip. Awesome job, guys. Gonna transition us into some more, although I know that's a lot of resistance training already with our body, but we're gonna do more with the bands and the hand weights. So I have a heavy band on this one, and you're gonna push the legs out long. I like to wrap the band near the heel arch. That's where it's the least bothersome on my fifth metatarsal. So you have a little styloid process on your fifth metatarsal. To me, it feels good to put that band just below that metatarsal styloid process. So now you're pulling the bump. So you're going to pull. As soon as you start pulling, you should feel like you've got tension. So you don't want to start with them here and then you don't even have tension until your arms are behind you. You want to, as soon as you start pulling, feel some tension. Everybody looks good. I'm going to turn so I can see you better without turning my neck. You exhale, exhale, exhale. Good. Exhale. All right. So you're going to do 5 more. You want to feel like your biceps are working. 4, 3, 2, and then add a rotation, right, left. Now look at your wrist if you're uncertain that they're doing their own thing. They can be neutral here. You could even add a flip of the palm up. But if that is not good for your wrist, then just keep your hand neutral, meaning thumb and first finger up. All right, just take 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You want to feel your deltoid, your bicep, your back. Awesome job. Nice job. So let that go. Let's take one hand stretch before we add on. Palms together, lower them. 5, 4, fingers straightening. 3, 2. And then you want more of a medium band, so not quite so heavy. Red maybe or something around there if you have the Spree series. So wrap that band around your feet. Sit up tall. Pull those arms beside you. Now, one trick I do, if you have the tubing handles like the SPRIs, you can just put your pinky in there and like a knife, make your hand like a knife and pull, lead the pinky. Pinky leads the way. And your wrist is neutral. But if you have a Dynaband, you'll be grabbing and just trying to keep your wrist neutral. So lift up through your spine. Neck is soft. And go a little further than you think you can, like go an extra inch and resist slowly the return. Good, 2. All right, now I'm going to have us just put our hands on the lap and take a few circles for mobility. You can even move the neck too. It's like you're getting rid of tension. Cross the band. Put your elbows very close to your side. Now the Spree handles will rotate in your hand. So you should, if you look down, you should be able to keep your wrist neutral or flat. So if you're struggling with the Dynaband to do that, you can pick up one of these at Amazon. So open up. You want to feel like you're safe in your joints, your elbows are glued, your neck is long. 10. Go a little further. 9 if you can. The muscles warm up. 7, 6, 5. Elbows are glued to your side though. They're not moving from your body. Your elbows are glued. Like you have a dishcloth underneath your arm and you don't want to drop it. Nice. And then just release your shoulders. We're going to do a rear deltoid. Uncross the band and open up. So you notice I'm not quite as high as my shoulders. I'm a little lower. Rear deltoid. Look at your wrist if you're not sure, but they should be, it's almost like you're soft in the elbows and you're softly rounding your wrists. They're neutral. 10, 2, neck is soft. 3, scapula glide together. 4, 5, or towards each other. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, terrific. Now we're gonna just take a little rack posture again with your heart lift, arms open. 10. Breathe in. Now we're gonna be taking a stand with the Dynaband nearby, but so if you need a sip, like I'll take one first. And then without using your hands on your legs or the floor is ideal. Come on up, bicep curl. 1 or 2 feet. All right. 2 feet's harder, 1 foot's easier. Bend your elbows and exhale. Good. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Awesome job, 20. Now let that go. We're gonna do a actually a shoulder one. I gotta move this open. Okay, so let your band go under a heel. The same side hand as your band is on the heel. Go out like a T. Notice your wrist, it's neutral. It doesn't have to be extended or flexed. And notice your body would accidentally kind of shift if you weren't thinking about it, but you're going to keep that integrity, rib over pelvis. If it's too easy, step on more band. Good, 10, neck soft. You want to feel the shoulder, not the neck or the jaw. 13, 14, get a little bit of ab tone. 16, because you're keeping neutral. 17, 18, you can resist that high range of motion for more work. And then do the other side. So I'm going to change which foot I'm on, so it's as clean of a line as I can. Going to stay neutral. And you may find, okay, on the first two I have to stand differently, closer or further. That's good. That's the easy, great thing about the bands. It's pretty easy to adjust. 5, so I want more tension, so I'm going to scoot in a little. 6, that's all you do. 7, and notice your abs are helping you more than your back. You're not getting lordotic. 9, you have a little bit of ab tone. 10, to pull the ribs down. You're not death gripping your glutes. 12, good, or your jaw. We all have different areas we tend to access, so you scan your area, but glutes and jaw is a common, or upper trapezius is a common. 8, 19. Good. Now we're going to go to the front, rear, that was side, and now we're doing more anterior deltoid. Other foot, other hand. Notice how easy it would be to lean back. Ooh, right? But we're going to stay upright. 4, feel that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. All right, try that other side. Your heel is heavy. You go forward, you chest. Okay, so I need a little bit more. I just move over. Neck is soft. You're practicing posture on these. Try to have long elbow. Yeah, so you don't have to bend it. Your arm is long. 10, 11, good. 12, 13, 14, 15. Neck soft. 16, tall spine. 17, 18, 19, 20. Now that band is going to go behind your upper back. I like to catch the excess here because I don't like these little things, handles to hit me. So if you're like me, you want that excess out of the way. All right. All right, so try, I'm going to give you a 10 this way, and then we're going to go 10 forward. So I'm making adjustments. That's what you're seeing. I need more band. Neck is down, or shoulders are down the back, so the neck is long. Good. I've got a neutral palm. We've got neutral wrist, Try to lengthen. Now you're going to go forward. So try 10 here. 2. Good. Neck soft. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then 10. Very good. Now one hand's going to go behind your head. And if you have this spree, I like to have it near the belly button of the handle and the palm towards me. So it's easier to not have that wrist be funky. We would like to keep the ponytail adjustment because it's in the way. That's how, but that lets you know how close your band is to your head. that I had to move my ponytail. Like, you want that hand close to the head, not way back here. So up, I'm gonna take a look. Let me see, 6, good. I notice on this one, it's easy to do this little lean. So you wanna stay shoulders the same height, and I'm looking as well. When your arm's overhead, it's easy to get lordotic, so you wanna kind of tuck the ribs a little bit. In fact, I'm just gonna stay here so you can see. Good, 17, 18, 19. Back of the arm is so important. Okay, we're gonna do the other side. So grab your band, ponytail adjustment, grab your band. The other hand is an anchor. Push up, whoop, grab some hair. Free haircut. 3, 4, 5. Okay, you look neutral. 6, good. 7, good. Jaw is up. It's easy to kind of poke the head forward, but you want to keep it back if you can. 10. All right, 10 more. Yeah, 12, 13, 14, 15. Arm overhead gets tired. 16, kind of like when you first start braiding your hair and your arms are up there forever. Your arm gets low oxygen, so it gets tired for that reason too. All right. Okay, good. Now this is my favorite stretch of all times. Lift up the arms in a Y with the band. Go up and back. Ooh, and up and forward. Good, and up and back. And up and forward. Now notice when you do this, you can keep your wrist straight, and you want the band tense enough that you feel a great stretch throughout the glenoid, where the humerus is in the glenoid fossa. But you don't have to wiggle your body or contort your torso to make this happen. Your wrist is neutral. Now we're gonna find 3 places that feel amazing. The first one is like the letter Y, as if you walked through a door and your hands are left on the door jamb. Breathe in to that upper back, and then a little lower like a T. Breathe in. So good. And pull the head back. It's going to try to go forward under the illusion of having a bigger stretch. So keep it back. All right, go down a little bit. 5. Wasn't that lovely? And then exhale to let that go. Roll through your shoulders. Really good. We're going to grab hand weights. So the hand weights that let you go out to the side. I'm going to grab a sip. So lateral raise. Now, if you don't have hand weights or you prefer to use the bands, you could also just do a second set of bands on each foot, like a green or a red. We're going to go out. 2, good. Somewhere between 3 and 9 pounds. 4, good. 5, 6, good. Neck is soft. 7, yep. 8, 9, good. And the hands are just slightly ahead of your body. Now keep going 10 more. So if you have a band, you could make sure you're evening up the number that you do on each side. Last 5, good. And you're tall, you're making sure not to shift on these. Good. Let that go. All right, we're going to do a stretch, a half moon. I like to add a foot over. You could just leave your feet underneath though. You could also add an arm pull if you want. 5. And then go to the other side. Cross the foot, go up and over. Inhale. Good. And over. So we're going to go front raise. Same thing. This is the exercise like that. Probably somewhere between a 3 and an 8. And I'm going to be changing weights so I can show you. You can also do this with your band. So let's say you're starting off with a heavier weight, but you're getting stronger, so you don't just want to use your 3s all the time or your 5s. So you could start with that heavier weight where you have good form. 5, good. 6, 7, and I'll show you a trick. 8, 9. Now, let's say it's kind of getting a little too hard, but you want to keep going. You just grab the next weight down that you own, and then you keep going. So another trick is also to just do right, left, right, left. So I'll just show you one of those. This is another trick to keep working at an intensity you can handle. Good, and notice how it'd be easy to lean back on these, but you're tall. Good, 18. Good, Jean, I love it. 19, 20, and then let that go. Good, take that down. Cow face, one of my favorite posture stretches. Hold the fingers. Now for a balance pose, you can take a tree. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try that foot down, lift the other one up. All right, tree. I'm going to put the leg up first. And then try your fingers, all 4 fingers. 10, head back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Inhale, and then exhale, grab a sit. We are going to do some overhead presses. So it could be anywhere from 3 to 9 pounds. And you could also do these sitting in a chair if you want, if you feel like you want a little bit more support. Push up, 2, good. 3, now when you go overhead, you know your low back will tend to want to be lordotic. So you're gonna activate your abs, pull the ribs down a little bit, and make sure the head's not poking forward. Again, if you're right here and you say, oh, I need to do a little less weight, just put these down, grab a little lighter weight. Yep, 15, last 5, 16, or just your arms, 17. You don't want to lose the ability to reach overhead. When people don't do that in their shoulders, they'll lose that ability. And you want that ability for life, so let that go. Now, I'm going to have us do knock on the door of life, which is just a release of tension. It gets into parasympathetic. So does a biased exhale. So does a yawn. Prayer pose back, but the modification would be prayer pose forward. Prayer pose back or prayer pose forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let's do a little chest press. So I'm going to get down on the floor without using my hands. And then I'll show you the move before I put you in it. It is going to be a heavier weight. You're going to be pushing up. A modification would be you do chest presses or push-ups on the wall, but most likely you're going to need a heavier weight, 5 to 12 pounds. And your feet are on the floor, which is going to help keep the ribs down so you don't get lordotic. So take an inhale, and on your exhale, push up. Another little trick is if you have forward head syndrome or a thoracic rounded back, upper back is round, you may like to fold a mat underneath your head or a slight pillow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now 5 more if you can. If you need to take a moment of rest, you can, and then join when you're able. Or if you need to drop weights to finish out, you can. Drop the poundage you're lifting. 2 more. 1 more. And then you're going to take a full body stretch. Now, careful with your space. Make sure your arms and legs are free from hitting anything. I like to reach through the fingers here even. Shift through the spine. Shift one leg deeper than the other. 5. That's your QL. That's your low back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now you're going to take your weights that you just used or a slightly lighter one, and you're going to put your feet on the floor. When you're up here, both sides of your weights touch for a moment, and then they open up like you're hugging a big tree, a big sequoia, a big live oak. 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, and exhale. 6. And every one of us has been through different things in our life, so if you feel like you need a slightly different angle to be good on your joints, or if you need to do a different exercise, you're also just using this time for wellness, to clear your mind, to focus on your breathing and your body. So you can do that in all sorts of creative ways. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Now we're going to put the hand weights down. Again, take a full body stretch. Reach, spread, stretch, reach. And then if you want a challenge, you can come up to teaser for 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, take a sip. I'm going to have us stand up and do a little bicep curl. So I'm going to be using a hand weight. Make sure your space is good. If you're like me and you sometimes leave it everywhere, make sure you're safe. And when you're ready, I'm going to come up without using our hands and bend the elbows. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. You could do it just a basic supinated grip. You know your wrist, you know your elbows. Another way you could do this is a hammer curl. Good. And if you need to, we've got the Dynabands or the elastic tubings, so you're safe in which method you're using. But I like to think of these as picking up produce from the farmer's stand, or you're picking up a lot of healthy food. So these are carrying muscles. Good. We're also working our grip. Good. Wrist is neutral. $15, 16, 17, 18, and you're making sure you don't lock your elbows backwards. You're not putting them into beyond 180. 1 more. Let that go. Nice job. Take a little breather. So knocking on the door of life. You let your hands hit you in the back and the belly. 5, 4. Nice. Inhale. We'll stretch the hand forward. So just a forearm stretch. And stretch the hand forward. Now try the other side of your hand that you didn't do yet. Long elbow always makes this more intense, and the other side. Good. And then just shake it out. We're going to take a tricep with both hand weights, or another option is to take one heavier hand weight with your 2 hands holding the heavy hand weight. So for example, you might take 2 6s or 5s, and then you might take 1 10 or 1 12. So that's just examples. So you're going to try to keep that wrist straight or neutral as you can, palm towards you more, but you can also grab a Dynaband, or you could have a backup plan of doing wall push-ups with the elbows really close to work the triceps, or chair dips. Feel how your abs help keep your body integrated, ribs over pelvis. 5 more. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now carefully bring that down, and we'll take half moon. 5, 4, 3, rotate down. 5, rotate up, go up to the other side, half moon, rotate down, rotate up, feel which side's tighter. Come back, now right foot over left. Rotate to the right as much as you can, and even you can put your hands down on the hips. Hold, 10. Now open up your arms, cross the left foot over the right. Now keep going to the left with your torso and even use your hands. And then when you're ready, take 3 huge breaths up. Inhale this beautiful new day. Exhale any tension from the past. Inhale a full breath to all the creative potential that's in this beautiful day. And exhale, let go of any worry or doubt. Inhale, breathe in, and you can even bring your hands to your heart and just notice how you feel when you're in a neutral posture. All 4 corners of the feet are even, knees long, pelvis level to the floor, lifted up through your spine. I'm open and receptive to all of the creative ideas coming my way. There's so many available to me. I'm looking forward to seeing the signs throughout the day.